You guys may have heard about mystics, but you guys may have heard about a rumor that a mystic that wears a black dress means that they are evil. Is that true? Hey guys, Ethan here. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys seen before, welcome back. If you guys are new, welcome. So, right now, if I do sound a bit different to you guys, a little bit kind of rough on the inside for my voice, I am currently going through a cold, so I'm gonna try to stick this one out, basically. I apologize for my voice is a little rough. So the question is, are mystics evil if she is wearing a black dress? No, not necessarily. Now, this might be a bit of a shock, but I'm going to explain why that's not the case. So there are a few things I want to mention that will make sense to you guys. So, one is mystery, two is pretty much empowerment, three, protection, and fourth, lastly, is sexiness. So I'm going to go over them very quickly though. There's not going to be a lot I'm going to be talking about. So first up is for the mystery part. This is something that kind of gets me almost every time, but every time I look into a mystic that is wearing a black dress, she does give me the vibes of like, what is her intentions on this earth? That's what always gets me the most. And that's where like the mysteriousness comes in, and I'm like, what's her purpose basically? Like, what's she trying to do? So that's kind of what the mysterious part is. The second thing, empowerment. The black dress actually makes mystics feel quite frankly powerful. In fact, it actually makes them much more confident in their journey. And it is true though, they are actually very bold in some way. And it's not just that though, they actually look like they can actually remove nasty curses on someone, which I haven't really seen any info about that or any documentation that has ever happened. So if anyone knows about that type of documentation, well, let me know if that has ever happened. I highly doubt that something has ever happened in history. The third one I don't really get is, I don't really understand yet, but a black dress actually serves as a purpose for protection, which is something that I don't understand how it works. So I'm pretty sure you guys have seen some mystics that have done rituals with a black dress on. They actually don't ever get attacked, which is quite astonishing though. In fact, any other documentary videos, no mystic with a black dress on, they don't ever get attacked, which is quite remarkable. And it is actually true though, and I was like, how are they not getting attacked though? So that is something to bear in mind about. And the fourth one might be a bit of a shock, but it actually is a bit of a surprise. The black dress actually makes mystics very attractive. Now, to every woman that are hearing me about this, but you guys might be curious, or should I say all you women, I'd say, which dress is much more attractive? Unfortunately, I cannot answer that because every dress I've seen on women, it's very hard to tell which one is much more attractive because each dress is much, I don't know how to say this, every dress is like very competitive to each other, so some dresses might be better than others, but it's just very competitive to each other. So no matter which dress you women put on though, it's just hard to tell which one is much more superior, basically. So now that I got that out of the way for you, Miss Dix, now for the hard question for you people that are gonna be wondering, how do I identify a mystic that is good or evil? So this is not an easy answer, but there are two ways to do this. So for those that are not very intuitive or very psychic like me though, this is just one way I could tell you guys is that if you're right next to a woman that looks like a mystic or basically a witch in simple terms, and she's wearing black and that's what her dress is, if you can tell that her energy is very pure, even though your thoughts were like she might be into some type of a dark occult, you know, that might mislead you into something that you might have misunderstood before. So that's actually one way to like tell like, oh well, her intentions were very divine but not very dark. But if it's the other way around, where it's like, if she feels like she is very empty, feel like she can actually cast a curse on someone, I would not dare to try to interact with that mystic. The only one I would not interact with is Megan Fox, which I will not talk any more from that, but she's a dark mystic. If you guys are curious to know how I found about that, you guys can check down below to know more about that. The second method is that for those that are very intuitive and psychic like me, if you're clairvoyant, probably the easiest ways you can tell is if you see, like, for me, if I see a mystic that's wearing a black dress and I see a spark of light in her, that's how I'm able to tell it that she is a divine mystic, even if she is wearing black. If she kind of like give the creepy vibe, even though she doesn't mean to do that. But if there is something very sinister, very malevolent, then I'm not going to interact with this mystic at all. That's how I'm able to do it. But that's pretty much how to identify a mystic, if she is evil or she is purely divine. The last thing I do want to point out, and this is a message to every person that still fears a witch, to be more precise, but I like to call them mystics because it's much more better for me. But the message is that please, like, give these women a chance, because this is still going on in this generation, even though that times have changed over the years. But I would rather reconsider your thoughts about these women that are mystics, because I'm pretty sure that there are women out there that are still left out, like they feel like they're outcasts, and I do feel very bad for them. And I'm hoping I can meet some mystics that are very pure though. and I'm hoping I can shed some light into them, and that way they don't ever have to feel alone. And I feel like you guys should feel the same way, or pretty much do the same thing, because they don't deserve to be left out. Like, they're pretty much the black sheep in humanity, which basically, obviously they're wearing black, but like, they're the black sheep, but they don't want to be, though. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you guys. Anyway, hopefully this was very helpful and very enlightening, you guys. And to any very talented mystics out there, hopefully this was something to take a burden off. And I was hoping not to get a cold like this, but I had to get this one out. But anyway, love and light to all of you guys, and as always, stay strong out there. I'll catch you guys next time.